There's a silent thief that affects millions of older adults around the world. It doesn't steal your money or your home, but it does steal something just as important: your strength. And the worst part is, most people don't even know it's happening. This thief is a deficiency in one essential vitamin, vitamin D. Known mostly for its connection to bone health, vitamin D also plays a critical role in preserving your muscles. Without enough of it, muscle fibers shrink, fatigue increases, and strength quietly slips away. Vitamin D deficiency is so common that some researchers call it an epidemic among seniors. One study found that over 70% of adults over 65 have low levels of vitamin D, and many don't even know it. That's not just a number. It's a red flag for your muscles, your bones, and your ability to stay active. So how does this happen? Why is vitamin D such a problem for older adults? It begins with how the body makes vitamin D. Our bodies create vitamin D naturally when the skin is exposed to sunlight. But as we age, that process slows down significantly. Seniors produce about 25% less vitamin D from sunlight than younger adults. Combine that with spending more time indoors, using sunscreen, or wearing more clothing, and suddenly you're not making nearly enough. Diet is also an issue. While some foods like fatty fish, eggs, and fortified milk contain vitamin D, the amount is usually very small. You would have to eat several servings of salmon every day to meet your needs. And unless you're specifically supplementing, chances are you're falling short. The real danger is that vitamin D deficiency doesn't always feel obvious. You might just feel a little more tired. You may think your legs feel heavier because of getting older, or that your difficulty getting out of a chair is normal. But in reality, your muscles may be starving. Not from lack of effort, but from lack of vitamin D. So what exactly does vitamin D do for your muscles? Let's break it down. First, your muscle cells have specific receptors for vitamin D. These receptors act like tiny switches that help muscles contract, recover, and grow. When vitamin D binds to these receptors, it turns on the genes that build muscle protein. Without enough vitamin D, this signaling process breaks down. That means your muscles can't repair properly after use, and over time they shrink. Studies from Harvard and Tufts have shown that seniors with optimal vitamin D levels perform significantly better on strength and mobility tests. They stand up faster, walk longer, and have fewer balance issues. Even more impressive, vitamin D also supports fast-twitch muscle fibers. These are the fibers responsible for sudden movements, like catching yourself during a fall or reacting quickly to step over an obstacle. As we age, these fibers decline faster than slow-twitch ones. That's why seniors often feel slower to react. But with adequate vitamin D, these fibers can stay active and responsive, even in your 70s or 80s. Vitamin D also plays a major role in reducing inflammation. Chronic low-grade inflammation can silently break down muscle tissue. It makes it harder for the body to repair itself, especially after illness, injury, or stress. Seniors with better vitamin D levels show lower markers of inflammation and recover faster after exertion. And finally, let's not forget balance and coordination. Vitamin D supports the nervous system's ability to communicate with your muscles. It improves muscle control, especially in the legs and core, making it easier to stay upright, steady, and confident in your movements. These are not just nice-to-have benefits. They're essential for keeping your independence. So, how do you know if you're getting enough vitamin D? Unfortunately, the signs of vitamin D deficiency are often subtle. You might feel tired more often, even after a good night's sleep. Your legs might feel heavier, your steps slower, your energy just a little lower than it used to be. Maybe you find it harder to get out of a chair or climb stairs. These small changes often get blamed on normal aging. But sometimes they're not normal. They're nutritional. One of the clearest ways to know is through a blood test. Your doctor can order a test called 25-hydroxyvitamin D or 25-OHD. It measures the level of vitamin D circulating in your body. For most older adults, levels between 30 and 50 ml are considered sufficient. If your level is below 20, that's a clear deficiency. Between 20 and 30 is borderline, and often still not enough to protect your muscles. Once you know your number, the solution becomes easier. Your doctor may recommend vitamin D supplements, usually in the D3 form, which is better absorbed. The dose depends on your level. Some people need just 1,000 IU daily to maintain healthy levels. Others may need 2,000 to 5,000 IU temporarily to correct a deficiency. It's important not to guess or self-prescribe. Too much vitamin D can be harmful over time. It can raise calcium levels in the blood and stress your kidneys. That's why testing and guidance from a healthcare provider is key. Once your levels are in the right range, maintenance becomes simple. Once you know you need more vitamin D, the next question is, how do you get it? There are three main sources: sunlight, food, and supplements. Let's start with sunlight. When UVB rays from the sun hit your skin, your body starts producing vitamin D naturally. This is the most effective and natural way to boost your levels. The problem is, as we age, our skin becomes less efficient at making it. A 70-year-old produces about 25% of the vitamin D from sun exposure compared to a 20-year-old. Also, the amount of vitamin D you make depends on time of day, skin tone, where you live, and how much skin is exposed. Generally, 10-30 minutes of midday sun on the arms and legs several times per week can help maintain healthy levels. But for many seniors, especially in winter or cloudy climates, sunlight alone isn't enough. That brings us to food. Some foods naturally contain vitamin D, though in limited amounts. Fatty fish, like salmon, sardines, and mackerel, are top sources. One serving of cooked salmon can provide 100,600 IU of vitamin D. Egg yolks and beef liver contains small amounts as well. Some dairy products, cereals, and juices are fortified, meaning vitamin D is added during processing. Check the label. You'll often see vitamin D added on the package. Still, food alone often falls short of your daily needs, especially for muscle protection. That brings us to the third and most reliable option: supplementation. Taking a daily vitamin D supplement is one of the easiest and most effective ways to maintain healthy levels. Most experts recommend vitamin D3, or cholecalciferol, which is the same form your body makes from sunlight. It's better absorbed and stays in your system longer than D2. Supplements come in different forms: soft gels, chewables, drops, or capsules. Choose the form that works best for you and is easiest to take regularly. Always take vitamin D with a meal, ideally one that includes some fat like avocado, olive oil, or nuts to help with absorption. If your supplement contains both D3 and K2, that's even better. As we mentioned before, vitamin K2 helps direct calcium into the bones and away from the arteries. Magnesium is also a key cofactor that supports vitamin D activation in the body. Some people experience side effects like cramps or headaches when taking high doses of D3 without enough magnesium. So if you're supplementing with vitamin D, it may be wise to ensure your magnesium intake is adequate too. A blood test can help determine if you're low in either one. For most older adults, a daily dose of 1,000 to 2,000 IU is safe and effective. However, if you're deficient, your doctor may recommend a temporary higher dose, like 5,000 IU, until your levels improve. Once you've corrected the deficiency, switching to a maintenance dose is usually enough. Consistency is key. Taking a little bit every day is better than taking a high dose once a week and forgetting about it. Now let's zoom out for a moment and look at the big picture. Why does all this matter? Because vitamin D is not just about muscles. It's about mobility. It's about freedom. It's about being able to do the things you love. Walking, gardening, playing with grandkids, getting up from your favorite chair. When your vitamin D levels are low, your strength slowly fades. And with that goes your independence, confidence, and joy. But when you give your muscles what they need, everything changes. You move better. You stand taller. You feel stronger and steadier. And that shows in every part of your day. You're more likely to say yes to going outside, to doing a few stretches, or to walking around the block. This chain reaction starts small, but leads to a better, more empowered life. Remember, your body is still listening to you. Even at 65, 75, or 85, it responds to the care you give it. It's never too late to send the message. I'm here and I'm choosing strength. And vitamin D is one of the clearest, simplest, most powerful ways to do that. It's not flashy. You won't feel it overnight. But over time, it quietly builds the foundation of your strength. And that foundation holds up everything else. Let's talk now about some simple, practical ways to start improving your vitamin D levels today. The first and easiest step, step outside. Aim for 10 to 20 minutes of natural sunlight a few times per week. Try to go out between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. when the sun is highest. Roll up your sleeves or wear short sleeves if the weather allows. No sunscreen during this short window. Your skin needs to absorb the UVB rays. Set a reminder or link it to a daily habit, like your morning tea or walk. Even just a few minutes can help keep your vitamin D production active. Next, take a look at your plate. Can you add one vitamin D-rich food each day? Try a few boiled eggs for breakfast, or grill some salmon for dinner. Fortified cereals or dairy can also help, especially when paired with magnesium-rich foods. Remember, vitamin D loves fat, so add a drizzle of olive oil or a few almonds on the side. And then, there's supplementation. If you haven't had a blood test recently, ask your doctor about getting one. It's a simple step that gives you a clear picture. If your doctor recommends a supplement, make it part of your daily routine. Keep it next to your toothbrush or coffee mug, somewhere you won't forget. Track how you feel over the next few weeks. Is your energy better? Are you walking a bit easier? These small signals are how your body says, thank you. Most importantly, share what you're doing. Talk to your spouse, your kids, your walking group. The more we talk about muscle health, the stronger we all become. Let's take a moment to talk about what happens when vitamin D levels are restored. For many seniors, it feels like a light switch turning back on. Tasks that once felt heavy, like standing up from the couch or climbing stairs, suddenly feel manageable. There's less hesitation when reaching for something or bending down. Your muscles wake up, not in an instant, but day by day. One woman in her 70s, after 3 months of vitamin D and light exercise, said she no longer feared falling in the grocery store. Another man in his 80s began walking to his mailbox again, something he'd stopped doing for years. These may sound small, but they are everything. Because strength isn't just about muscles. It's about life. About saying yes when someone invites you out. About taking a walk without worrying you won't make it home. About looking in the mirror and feeling proud that you're taking care of yourself. These are the are the invisible gifts that vitamin D helps make possible. And again, it's not magic. It's science. It's biology. And it's yours to claim at any age. There's something deeply empowering about realizing your body still responds to care, that it wants to work with you, not against you. That's the beginning of strength, not just in your legs or arms, but in your mindset. So what does all of this mean for you right now? It means you have options. You have tools. You have the power to change your body from the inside out. And it starts with something as simple as checking your vitamin D levels. That one step could open the door to more strength, more energy, and more freedom. Let your doctor know you're interested. Ask for the blood test. It takes just a few minutes. But the information could change how you age. From there, make a plan. Maybe it's spending a little more time outside each day. Maybe it's adding salmon to your weekly menu. Maybe it's buying a bottle of vitamin D3 and placing it next to your toothbrush. Whatever the next step is, take it. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be consistent. And think of it like watering a plant. A little bit each day keeps it alive, strong and growing. Your muscles are the same. They respond to small, regular care. Don't wait for a crisis, like a fall or a serious weakness, to take action. Prevention is powerful, and it begins with awareness, and one small decision at a time. You might be wondering, what else can I do to support my muscles besides vitamin D? The good news is, vitamin D works best when paired with a few other habits. Let's look at the top 3. 1. Eat enough protein. Protein is the building block of muscle. Seniors often don't get enough, especially at breakfast. Try to include a source of protein at every meal. Eggs, yogurt, tofu, chicken, beans, or fish. Spread your intake throughout the day to help your body use it better. 2. Move your body, even gently. You don't need a gym or heavy weights. A short daily walk, light resistance bands, or even standing up from a chair multiple times all help stimulate muscle activity. Movement sends a signal to your muscles. We still need you. That's how you maintain what you've got, and maybe even grow a little more. 3. Prioritize sleep. Most muscle repair and hormone regulations happen at night. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of quality rest. Keep your room dark, cool, and quiet. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time each day. Poor sleep raises stress hormones, increases inflammation, and slows muscle recovery. When you combine these 3 habits with healthy vitamin D levels, you create a strong, supportive environment inside your body. That's how you age actively and powerfully. You've come a long way in this video, and that says a lot about you. It shows you care about your health, that you're willing to learn, that you're not giving up your strength even as the years pass. And that's powerful. It's easy to believe that getting older means becoming weaker, but that's just one version of aging, and not the only one. There's another version, one where you stay curious, stay active, and stay strong. One where you take small steps every day to support your body. One where you don't just survive, you thrive. Vitamin D is one piece of that puzzle, but it's a powerful one. It gives your body a message you're worth taking care of. And that message ripples out into everything else you do. You cook a little better. You stretch in the morning. You say yes to that walk with a friend. These are not small things. They are signs of life, of strength, of choosing to be here, fully and on your terms. Aging doesn't mean disappearing. It means showing up. Before we close, let's recap what you've learned. Vitamin D is essential, not optional, for muscle health. It supports strength, balance, energy, coordination, and even your mood. Most seniors are not getting enough of it. This is due to less sunlight, reduced skin synthesis, and limited food sources. A simple blood test can reveal if you're deficient. And correcting that deficiency can unlock real improvements in your daily life. You've also learned about pairing vitamin D with protein, movement, and sleep, about checking labels, choosing D3, and taking it with food, about being consistent, not perfect, and about inviting others to join you in taking care of their strength too. Most of all, you've been reminded that it's never too late. Not for vitamin D, not for building strength, not for aging well. You are still in charge of your body, and your body is still listening. So what will you say next? What message will you send? Through your habits, your choices, your care. You don't need to do it all. You just need to begin. So here's your invitation. Take that next small step today. Step into the sunlight. Check your label. Add one new thing to your plate. Or talk to your doctor. And most importantly, trust that every little effort matters. Trust that your body is still capable of strength, healing, and growth. You're not doing this alone. Every time you choose to support your muscles, you inspire someone else to do the same. This video was made to remind you, and all of us, that aging is not a decline. It's a transition. And in that transition, there's room for strength, purpose, and pride. If this message resonated with you, share it. Leave a comment. Let us know what parts spoke to you the most. And keep showing up. Keep doing the little things. Keep choosing strength. Because the more we show up for ourselves, the more life shows up for us. Stay strong.